we had this Facebook Live-A-Thon this weekend. And before the Live-A-Thon, before we did it, I talked to a lady named Lacey and her husband Daniel. And before the Live-A-Thon, these two had almost, not quite, but they had almost lost hope. You see, Lacey and Daniel own an organization called Rescue One Global, where they are battling sex trafficking, human sex trafficking, all around the world. And they're battling an industry, we're talking about a $150 billion industry. Basically, think of it this way. The human sex trafficking industry is larger than the NFL. $150 billion a year industry, and you've got this small organization, Rescue One Global, and these incredible human beings who feel compelled to go out there and save lives one at a time, to pull one girl, one victim out of the industry. And they had almost lost hope. They had run short on funds. They knew that there was a grant that they could potentially get, but they had to raise $100,000 by October 1st in order to receive the grant. In order to receive the grant, they had to raise $100,000 by October 1st, and they had never done anything like that. They had never done any real fundraising. They hadn't made that kind of money, and Lacey told me that they had pretty much, not quite, but their morale was low. The morale was low on their team. It was a small team of people up against the big, bad, evil giant that is human sex trafficking. And she laid her head down, she prayed, and she wept because she believed that there was no way, there was absolutely no way it was going to happen. And then she says that in that moment where she felt like all hope was lost, her team had lost morale, and she thought maybe their mission was over. She says in that moment she received a phone call. She received a phone call, and it was me informing her that we were getting ready to do this Facebook Live-A-Thon, and that we were going to do everything in our power, that we were going to pull together leaders and champions and our group, and we were going to pull people together from all around the world in a very unique and special way. And I told her that, Lacey, Daniel, we are going to raise $100,000 for you in 24 hours. And she had hope. And she lit up. And before the Facebook Live-A-Thon, she messaged me that she wasn't able to sleep. She wasn't able to sleep at all because she was finally hopeful that maybe, just maybe, this would be the thing that would change the course of history for her organization. And then we all converged this weekend, you, me, all of our friends, our family members, we converged this weekend, and the posts went up, and we had the Facebook Live-A-Thon, and we started picking up steam, and everybody was hitting the share button, and everybody was commenting, and all the hosts were including talent and music and entertaining and sharing their stories and sharing the information and bringing a recognition, putting eyeballs on this place called Rescue One Global, this small organization that no one had necessarily heard about. I shouldn't say no one, but most of us had never heard about more than a month ago. We had never heard about this industry of 40 million people that are currently enslaved. We had never heard about this industry that is doing $150 billion a year. And so after the Facebook Live-A-Thon, where we raised $100,000 in 24 hours, ultimately giving $400,000 to this incredible organization, I talked to Lacey and Daniel, and she told me that on Sunday, after it was all said and done, she couldn't get her staff to leave. She said that she couldn't get her staff to leave. They were sitting around in a circle, and they were talking about all of the things that they were going to be able to do. They were talking about the women, I keep saying women, there's men also, but they were talking about the victims they were going to be able to save, the houses they were going to be able to build, the missions they were going to be able to go on, the lives that were going to be changed. And as they sat around talking and having these visions and these dreams of all the things that they could now do, finally Lacey had to tell them, guys, I love you and I'm excited with you, but I'm tired and we haven't slept and I need to go home. But her team had hope. They were so motivated to do all the things that they could do. You see, hope is the most powerful motivator in the universe. You understand that? Hope is the most powerful motivator in the universe.